In the early cycles, they used to make jokes about Earth. In addition to sending envoys and broadcasts, the galactic convergence. Diplomats for more than 3 centuries towards the Sol system. According to some, the humans were too archaic. Others claimed that their nuclear foolishness had wiped them off. Most were indifferent. Earth had never responded to a single beacon or appeared at any galaxy summit. To the galactic governing species Council, until the skies, humanity was but a footnote on the lengthy catalogue of extinct races. Altered. The Vornari Dominion's commander Thale observed the Terran's edge. Expansion zone from the Namari Ascendant's command deck, an escort class battle warship parked close to a group of neutral gates. The task was uninteresting. Monitoring the dead space between commercial routes for 6 regular years, avoiding pirates and fragments of rogue AI. However, something shimmered today. "Sir," his communications officer said, his antenna twitching and his eyes wild. "Fresh. Numerous, if not hundreds, gravitational signatures. All of them are human. Encoded." His second heart stalled for a half-beat as he turned. "Do that again." Leaning forward, the officer double-checked the readings. "Earth. Names of vessels, sir. They're not disguising their soul-stamped engine impressions. They were actually broadcasting, but not verbally. Not with a last-ditch appeal. Not with hopeful banners of peace or ancient Earth songs, but to join the Galactic Society. They broadcast quiet and movement. The ships appeared to have been forged in the past because they were large, black, and scarred. Conflicts. Across 1,000 known system borders, they parked, each one waiting, staring out, drifting silently. Each government was given the same data drop in a matter of seconds. There was no danger. It served as a reminder. The document featured footage of cosmic aliens enslaving people and pictures of past crimes. People in covert vivisections, early reconnaissance missions, and research facilities that had kidnapped early astronauts from Earth and classified them as intellectually inferior sentient forms. Time-stamped, documented tests, mockeries, and executions. It had not been acknowledged by any government. They believed Earth was unaware. They believed that Earth was too quiet and too small. However, humanity had been observing, listening, and constructing. Finally, there was only one gearbox. The Terran standard is just 4 words. Transcribed with lethal accuracy into every interstellar dialect. The meetings were missed by us. An emergency summit was called by the Galactic Council. Not every species arrived on schedule. 2 outlying outposts were established in less than a day. Turn to ash that floats. No official war declaration, no peaceful traffic. Only burning caused by orbital kinetic rods, which created craters so deep that penetrated the cores of planets. When the Council finally demanded that talks be held, Earth had every known wormhole gate that it didn't control has already been locked. Trade routes were frozen. Chains of supply broken. The outlying colonies started to feel panicked. Earth, however, was not in a hurry. It was composed and methodical. Similar to a predator navigating a prey jungle that forgot the appearance of fangs. Under the ancient combat domes on Mars, General Nathan Hale stood in a hardened command bunker, watching the galactic anarchy unfold. After 30 years of silent preparation, his face had lined and hardened. When he did speak, his voice was gravel. He stated, "We gave them every chance." Looking at the screen wall. They will now understand the consequences of disregarding a species that has never requested a seat. Because we return to turn the tables. No flags, no anthem, no cheers, simply icy determination and a fleet of 1,000 unblinking black warships. Earth had not attended the sessions. Now, however, it was time for everyone else to pay attention. In general. In the command chamber of the dark stronghold known as Bastion 9, Nathan Hale sat by himself. Sank far into Mars's crimson sands. The dust storms were visible on the surface as screaming, but there was a heavy silence below, the kind that only comes after waiting for decades. He wasn't a diplomat by trade. Long before they signed treaties, his fingers had pulled triggers. His gaze had observed the entire. While waiting for help that never arrived, squads perish under orbital fire. Backup that never took place. They hadn't simply ignored Earth. It had been deceived. It began in the era of exploration centuries ago. When the Earth is brittle. The species didn't have fire when the spacecraft wandered onto the galaxy map. Their hands were outstretched, their channels were open, and they were curious. Additionally, they were welcomed for a time. Hale recalled the vintage recordings, the upbeat broadcasts. Scared but thrilled to be the first human ambassadors. Pictures of them standing in tall alien corridors filled with races that flashed needle-toothed smiles and bright eyes. After that, the experiments began. Initially discreet, the disappearance